hunting for the elk brings us to Craig, Colorado. A barren land where one can find ancient pioneer ruins, miles of sagebrush, buffalo grass, and rugged mountains. Veteran hunters Craig Boddington, Kevin Steele, and Safari Club International's Matt Anderson will have to endure blistering cold of 25 below zero, but the herds are numbering in the thousands. It's the best kind of hunt, tough but promising, on today's Peterson's Hunting Adventures. Hi, welcome to Peterson's Hunting Adventures. I'm glad that you could be with us. I'm Tom Gresham.
And I'm Craig Boddington.
This week, we're going to have a great show as we head out to northwest Colorado for a unique winter range elk hunt with SCI's Matt Anderson and Hunting's Kevin Steele and also Craig Boddington here. Now, Craig, this was quite a hunt. Tell me about this.
Well, the adventure started when I came out of really warm weather and stepped into sub-zero cold in Craig, Colorado. But, you know, hunting migrating elk late in the season after heavy snows have pushed them down to the flats from the high country. This was made possible by Colorado's Ranching for Wildlife program. It's really unusual. Our hunt took place in Game Management Unit 3, northwest of Craig, and home to the Bears Ears elk herd, Colorado's second largest elk herd with more than 25,000 animals. This hunt was a real challenge. We were dealing with herds up to 500 animals congregated on the sage flats, and our only cover was knee-high sagebrush. You throw in a couple of feet of snow and below zero temperatures, and you've got yourself a real adventure.
Absolutely. Now, I've hunted that country. It's really different hunting elk in that open sagebrush there.
You bet.
Let's take a look.
Let's do.
Well, hey, how you guys doing today?
Hey, John.
Nice to meet
Craig.
you,
How
sir.
you
Nice. I know who you
Good to
are.
be
Nice
here.
to meet you.
John Matt Anderson.
Nice to meet you, Matt.
Kevin Steele.
Nice to meet you, sir. Glad you guys made it. How's
Glad
the
to
flight
be
over?
here.
Okay.
A little bumpy, but good.
I bet you the roads weren't real good, though, huh?
Not with this coming in.
No. Yeah, we're supposed to get a little bit today.
Did we bring this, or did you set it up just for us?
Well, you know, I knew you guys wanted to do some real elk hunting, so. Nah, it's supposed to let up in a little bit, so
Good.
we'll get out there this afternoon and give her a go. And if she lets up a little, maybe we'll sight our rifles in. And
Terrific.
We're on the range at the Elkhorn Ranch in northern Colorado, and I'm with Matt Anderson, Director of Marketing and Communications for Safari Club International. And we're going to start elk hunting tomorrow, but we need to make sure the rifles are on, and boy, we've got a brisk December afternoon.
Yeah, brisk is definitely an apt description for it, I'll tell you.
It's cold is what it is.
It's darn cold, I'll tell you. Good wind this afternoon and cold air.
Well, it'll be good hunting.
It'll
be good hunting. The elk will be down low a little bit. This is going to be a good one.
And what are you shooting?
Well, I'm shooting a 30-06 too. Mine's a good old Savage 110, left-hand action, because I have that left-handed affliction. And it's also in 30-06. I'm shooting the Barnes triple shock bullet, 180 grain. What are you shooting?
Actually, I'm shooting the Federal Premium also. I'm using a Nosler.
Okay, that's great.
180 grain.
Well, you'll be in good shape. You know, it's kind of interesting. We didn't talk about it, but we both chose the 30-06. The amazing thing to me is the 30-06 is 100 years old this year.
Yeah, that's right.
And yet it's still the most popular hunting cartridge in North America.
Yeah, I believe it.
And the reason for that is because it works. Everybody got earplugs?
See what kind of a group it has. It looks like it's favoring a little bit left today, but I'm not, unless it's gross, I'm not going to mess with it in this wind.
That was very nice. About a half-inch high. Almost on top of each
Yeah,
other.
they're touching each other.
There you go.
Hey guys. Ready to give her a go?
Nice cool morning.
Alright, yeah, it's 18 below this morning.
So John, what's the strategy for today, heading over to the other ranch?
What we're going to do is get up high, do a lot of glassing at first, spotting scope, kind of look the herds over. We're going to be seeing herds anywhere from 10 bulls, hopefully, up to 500 in a group out here.
Wow.
So you use your spotting scope, try to find your better bulls out here. We're going to look for 6 points, you know, in that upper 200 range. Hopefully we'll find something in that. And then, you know, it might look like it's easy because you see so many, but, you know, sometimes it gets into being a pretty long stalk. You got to use the terrain to get in close, use your wind. It's pretty hilly out here. You know, you're still going to be at 7,000, 7,500 feet, so it'll surprise you. You'll get winded even though it looks kind of flat.
Okay.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing. You'll get 200 yards on the bull that you want to take, and you'll have cows in the background, and you know, so what we'll do is get set up on them, and we'll try to cow call a little bit to get them to stop for you. And then, you know, you as the shooter or the hunter, what you want to do is, you know, get your crosshairs right on that front shoulder. And even if there's something behind them, you know, a big mistake a guy will make is they'll keep coming out of their scope, and then the bull will be clear, and then by the time you find him again, there's something else in the way.
Yep.
So you want to keep your crosshairs, stay in your scope as long as you can, and then hopefully, you know, you'll get that clear shot out. Out here, I recommend, you know, try to put it right behind the front shoulder like you would a whitetail.
Okay. Yep.
If you're hunting in the timber, it's a little bit closer. We kind of try to tell the guys to break a front shoulder, you know, be a little bit more precise because your shots are going to be 50 yards. Their lungs are huge, so you got a pretty good area to get one in there. And
All right.
I heard the spike sees us now.
By noon, John has found a good track of a sizable herd.
They're kind of in a good spot for us to get on them if there's a good one.
Spotting strays as well as a larger group of elk, John now knows that there is an even larger herd just over the hill.
Tied the truck down here.
Is this where you want to stay?
Yeah.
With daylight failing and the weather getting worse, John and Matt dismount and make an attempt to get closer to the elk, which are milling about on a nearby hillside.
Yeah, I got draw cuts.
The elk stop for a last look at their back trail as Matt rushes to shoot, but he's too late. Skylined, the big bull disappears over the rise. Matt will have to try again in the morning.
Well, Matt, we're going to go back out where we left those bulls last night, if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
They should be laying really tight, you know, it's 20 below. So like Craig said, you know, we're a little concerned with the bolt there, if the gun working properly. So I think a good idea might be just before we get into position to take that shot, if we get there, maybe dry fire your gun a couple times, make sure it's working. And
See him coming right on the ridge, right?
Could also be part of that other group.
Coming up on the back side where that bush is.
Yeah.
Let's try to go this way a little bit. Use this little edge to get up there. If we could get to that bush without them seeing us, we're in business.
Okay.
In this weather, the elk are going to be slower and bedding down, giving Matt plenty of time to move around through the terrain without being spotted.
Okay, well, you see him put the sticks out.
Put your gun up there. Okay. He's the closest one to us. He's right at 175 yards or so. Just put it right on that front shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
He's turning. I got him.
Okay. We're gonna have to shoot him now. These other ones are starting to get serious.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay, go ahead and take him. Okay.
Okay, yeah, Matt, he's down.
Yeah. Yeah, I see him settling in that sagebrush.
Good job.
Awesome.
Let's just sit here for a sec.
And to tell you, you couldn't have a better setting for your first elk hunt. I mean,
Yeah.
this is beautiful country. You've got an amazing vista. We had a great setup on him.
Yeah,
And how many times do you get to kneel in the snow on top of cactus?
But I mean, I've hunted elk a lot over the last 30 years or so, and I've never hunted them in open country like this. This is totally unique experience.
Yeah, it is different. The way the ranch is laid out, it's almost 60 miles wide. These same elk in September are 40, 50 miles straight east of here.
Now, earlier you mentioned ranching for wildlife, and that's what gives you the opportunity to be able to hunt elk from bugling way up in the high country, the
Right.
peak of bugle, all the way through to when they're on their winter range. But tell us a little bit more about that program.
It's a really neat program. It's been around for 10 or 12 years now. We've been on it for roughly 10. And basically what it is, it's kind of a partnership with the state. They allow us to have a 90-day elk season. And then in turn, we open up the ranch, a private land, to the public people. And they put in April, they put in for a lottery system, and they get to draw cow tags. And so they get to come and hunt on a private ranch for free.
Well, John, now you have some public bull tags on this ranch too, don't you?
Oh yeah, that's correct. We give a percentage of bull tags out. So usually around 10 people will draw bull tags, and same thing, they get to hunt on the ranch just like you guys did. We'll guide them and show them around, and hopefully they could take a beautiful 5-point like this too,
Safari Club International is one of the great organizations that's really foremost in protecting hunters and working to preserve the future of our sport.
Well, you're right, Craig. As you know, Safari Club originally started as a club, and over the years, the last 34 years, it's really matured well past that. And the organization's mission is to protect the freedom to hunt and promote wildlife conservation worldwide, and we take that very seriously.
The word safari just means journey, and you can extrapolate it a little bit to mean an adventure, but I think a lot of people are intimidated by the word, or people who, like most hunters worldwide, hunt relatively close to home. A lot of people think that Safari Club's not for them. And
we all have a shared heritage and a shared passion for this, so it really doesn't matter where you hunt. And the organization is not based on where you hunt. It's just a matter of passion, and it's a matter of love for the sport. And it's an organization that is comprised of people that share those values and are really dedicated to making sure that our future generations have that same ability to enjoy this sport.
Matt, I think the last thing we really need to discuss is Safari Club International's youth programs, because we've long been a leader in that arena.
ALLS is a great program because we bring thousands of students and teachers in, and for the strict purpose of educating them on the environment as a whole and what an important role that hunting plays in that environment. One thing that teachers and students come away with is a greater understanding and appreciation for the role that hunters have always played in the ecosystem.
There's millions of us out there that really don't belong to any of the organizations that are fighting so hard to protect our sport and save it for the future. And folks, you need to get involved. It's important. And groups like Safari Club International are doing a wonderful job, and we really need your support.
With Matt's bull bagged, Craig, John, and Kevin head back into the field.
Where are they going to come through straight in front of us?
Yeah, they're starting to come kind of right toward us. Up here we even got better wind.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good heavy 5, that one on the sky.
The bull Craig and John are watching beds down, forcing the team to back off and use the terrain to cover their 2-mile stalk. John leads the way through a large bowl that allows them to circle around the herd.
Okay, they're right up there. He's right down this trail. wait for him to get up. Okay, want me to call? Try to get him to stay out. Okay, ready? Okay, there he is. Okay, anytime you're ready, he's nice and broadside there. Get set, we'll wait for him to get up. Okay, want me to call? Try to get him to stay out. Okay, ready? Okay, there he is. Okay, anytime you're ready, he's nice and broadside there. Good shot. Good shot. Nice job. Yeah, there was one that was wide.
He's actually a 6x5.
Yeah. I didn't want to tell you and make you nervous.
Beautiful bird.
That's great.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah. Great hunt. Wonderful hunt.
So he was bedded right up here on the sagebrush, and you took us all the way around. I don't know how far we went, but just circled in, and the shot was not much more than 100 yards, which is just what you want.
Well, and you did a great job just right down in his tracks, and so it worked out really well.
You know, this is just a plain old Savage 110, and you know, this is what they call a package rifle, and they actually supply it with this scope. It's about as inexpensive a hunting rifle as you can get, and you know, in 270 or 280 or 30-06, and 30-06 is my favorite, you can really take any game in North America.
Okay, there's a cow facing to the left, and he's right in front of her.
That's a long way.
Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it.
Too far. And he's not giving me a good presentation either. He's quartering.
You could try.
When he goes that far, you want a broadside. That's too bad. There's a pretty shot there right on that knob with the sunlight on it. Yeah, just beautiful.
Well, we've got two possibilities. There's this group here fairly close, and then the big herd up on the ridge.
Yeah, and Craig already saw that nice bull in that herd.
Exactly.
With the light falling, Kevin and John make the decision to stalk the closest herd. The bull was hit hard, but not down, so Kevin and John must follow up before the failing light makes it impossible.
Oh, good. Yeah, there you go. We got him down. There you go. Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. Well, thank you, John.
That
Thank you,
second shot
John.
put the pressure on you, huh?
Yeah, that we hit him that first time, but
Maybe just
didn't put him down, you know.
yeah, touch back.
Yeah. But sometimes that happens, but I'm real thankful that we were able to follow him up like we could and put a finisher in him and get him down.
Hey, John, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
You all rested up after yesterday?
Yeah, I got rested up.
All right.
About ready to go back to the airport?
No, I want to
Morning,
stay
sir.
till it gets warm again.
Yeah.
But April, May, something like that.
Maybe June even this year.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we got to do it. But boy, what a great hunt.
Did you have fun, you guys?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, I had a blast with you guys. It was a great. Well, I got the truck warming
All right,
up. About
let's
ready
do
to
it.
go?
It's cold out here.
All right.
You know, Tom, the fun part about that hunt for me was we were hunting them just like pronghorn. We see them way out there and crawling on them, and it wasn't like any elk hunt I've ever been on.
Well, you know, I've hunted that country there. I know what you're talking about. You're actually hunting elk like they were 100, 150 years ago in the open plains because they originally were plains animals.
Truthfully, I never thought of it like that, but they were sure on the plains then, and of course, chance to see them on the winter range is unusual, and that's thanks to Colorado's great Ranching for Wildlife program.
And you see an awful lot of elk on a hunt like that.
Oh, you do. We saw bunches of them, and I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for coming along with us, and we'll see you next time.
Salama